Set it up, set it up. I want you to see this and bring out worship. Yeah. Now, what you want to see here? Come on, quickly. I want you to see this. This is worship over here. Come on, weakness. This is weakness. And weakness, if you haven't noticed already, weakness is following me. And weakness will go with you into your family. I've even found out that weakness is not always on the outside, but weakness will follow you even into your mind. There are times where we can be weak, not because of what's happening around us, but the enemy has planted weakness even in our mind. That's why the Bible says to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Every now and then, some of y'all are identified with this. Weakness will show up and it'll go with you to work sometimes. You'll mess around and go to work with God on your mind. By the time you leave work, you'll realize you've been in the presence of the enemy. God showed me this. Y'all might not can see way over here, but weakness is following me everywhere I go. And if you mess around and go to your past, weakness will go with you even in your past. Touch somebody next to you and tell them, stop going to your past. What really blew my mind is weakness does not care where you go. So even if you go into your future and you have not properly dealt with weakness, weakness will show up in your future. But there are a few of us in here that said the devil is a liar. Weakness is not going into my future. So now weakness is following us in our actions, following us in every facet of our lives. Weakness is going with us, But now Jacob gets the revelation because weakness was with them everywhere. But he decided to build an altar. And the moment that he built an altar, he started moving into worship. But then weakness makes a change. And weakness says, I can go with you everywhere. Everybody ain't gonna get this. But there's one place that I will not go with you with. Because when you go into worship, weakness can't come with you into worship. Because when you begin to worship, you begin to bless the Lord in spite of your weakness. And when you bless him in spite of your weakness, you say, God, I may be weak, but everywhere that I am weak, you are strong. So that don't stop me from worshiping you. So that's why I can worship with my eyes filled with tears, because I've learned how to worship him in spite of how I feel. I've learned how to worship him like David, and David said, I will bless the Lord at all times. I wish I had somebody in here. And his praise shall continually be in my mouth. I need to talk to some worshipers here real quick. Will you look at somebody and say, I'm a worshiper, baby. And when I get into worship, every weakness, every addiction, everything that's not like God is got to come out of my life. So let's practice right now, because practice makes perfect. So let's just begin to worship him just for a few moments. And I declare that every week